I've been working on guitars since the early 1960s. Uh, just through necessity, I started researching my own instrument, trying to literally, make it more playable. There are many directions we can go here, but to make a long story short, um, my fingers would get so sore that in 3 45-minute sets that I had to play, that it was really getting difficult for me to perform with it. And so, with a lot of research on my own, I started developing what I call a string science. And naturally, when I showed this string science to any other artists or players of any kind, they wanted me to, perform the same thing on their guitars. Well, again, to make a long story short, I ended up doing guitars from all over the world. People would send me their guitars priced anywhere from $200 to $10,000. And when I did these guitars, and there were thousands of them that I did in the long run, all those years, I learned so much. I learned that some guitars, even though they were the very best out there, as far as maybe the particular model or the size or the finish or whatever, there were certain things that I could not change, like the thickness of the neck or something like that, without rebuilding the whole instrument. So this is basically how the Zager science came into play. Started out performing, saw the need, other people saw what I was doing. I researched all that direction, fixing all those other instruments, and finally graduated to a point where I was literally designing my own guitar, which is the Zager guitar this day and age. After having had over 40 years experience building and adjusting and working on other people's instruments, literally thousands of guitars, has allowed me to see a guitar in a different light than almost anybody. Seeing good characteristics, bad characteristics. This has allowed me to memorize these characteristics and apply them in a direction that allows me to build a guitar far beyond anything on the market today. Some of these characteristics, if you look close at a Zager, I'll just go over a list here. Lower string heights. You don't have to press the string as far. A patented neck design. It's more comfortable than anything out there. It feels so natural. Lower string tension. There's not as much pressure of strings cutting into your fingers. No more pain in this direction. Special string spacing. You're not bumping into strings that you don't want to bump into. A smaller fret design. Again, more comfort, more speed. Along with a lighter bracing, giving us a little bit more bass, a better tone. The finishes are also special on these. We don't allow anything to chance here. Just to give you an idea, Martin has been building guitars now since 1833. About 7 years ago, they invited me down to take a look at my string sciences. And I remember there's a big round table with about 10 of their technicians, engineers, and so forth, and they all agreed that this was one of the easiest playing guitars that they'd ever seen. A lot of you are familiar with my name through the record in the year 2525. Been in the business forever, it seems. But a lot of you don't realize how many years I've got in teaching. And the one statistic that shows up to me right away when I think of teaching is the fact that 9 out of 10 of would-be guitar players end up being defeated simply because of the guitar that they're playing. Very basically, what happens is they try to form their first chord, and it's so hard to press there's the pain factor again, and then there's not having success at what you're doing. If you have success at what you're doing, you're going to find that it becomes fun, you get excited, and everything starts to roll in the right direction. With a guitar that plays hard, it does just exactly the opposite. So my advice to you beginners out there, make sure you have a guitar that doesn't defeat you. You don't have to spend an arm and a leg. You just have to make sure that that instrument is not going to be so hard to play. I remember so many times looking at the student trying desperately to form the chord, and without success, when in reality I knew that if they had a guitar that played easier, it would make all the difference in the world. Most of our customers that buy guitars from us nowadays are advanced players. They come from playing the big names. I mean, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 guitars. Reason this takes place is very basically the Zager guitar was designed by a guitar player. In other words, everything that's built on that guitar was built with a guitar player in mind. A lot of companies, they know finish, they know what looks good, they know the proper kinds of woods, but coming from a standpoint of a player is totally different. For an example, the other day I had a guy come in and, well, he was playing a $6,000 Taylor. Well, he tried ours out, and the first thing that he did is he tried some of the things that he had played before on his Taylor. He wasn't having success getting through one riff that he was trying to play, and picked up the Zager, and he went through it the first time. It made all the difference in the world for him, because these things improve your speed. They make you a better player. Remember standing in front of 50,000 people sitting there thinking, okay, it's in my hands here whether I do this right or not, and really pull it off. And the instrument that's in your hand can make all the difference. And so if you give these a try, you're going to find the same thing. The only place you can buy a Zager guitar is online directly from Zager Guitar. There are two reasons for this. Number one is quality control. I'm the one that does the work on these guitars. I'm the last one that handles the guitar before it's boxed and sent directly to you. The second one is price. If you were to see our guitars in stores, you would be looking at near a double price. They've got overhead, like for paying rent for their store, all the salespeople. It's expensive to run a business nowadays. We're the only guitar company in the world with a true 100% money-back guarantee. What this means is you can try in the privacy of your home one of our guitars. If it fails for any reason to meet your expectations, we'll refund 100% of your money, including shipping fees both ways. No restocking fees, no BS. We've got a perfect Better Business Bureau rating. Been in business since 1969. Highest eBay feedback rating of any guitar company out there. Look anywhere on the guitar review websites. We'll have higher ratings than any of the three largest guitar manufacturers combined. If you've got any questions, we're here 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. We're family owned and operated. You'll be treated like family.